because the system
Because,
just released how can I say that, the answers before
mhm.
we did the test,
Oh
so it
my,
was canceled. But
who
I
make it?
did the test anyways.
Ah, okay, good. So, Maria Luisa, meet Lu, our new student. Okay.
Oh.
They call Maria Luisa Lu too.
Uh-huh. We have two Lus now. But I like to call,
Lulu.
yes, we have Lulu because she's she's a babe. She used it to, in fact, she lived in Canada for a while, Lu, and then she had to return to the pandemic. Yes, Luis.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, guys, happy April. What
Yes.
day was yesterday?
Fool's Day.
Ah, Fool's
Foolish.
Day. Yeah,
Fools.
it's Fool's Day, exactly. But guys, April, it's very important too for people with autism. Did you know that?
Autism.
Autism. Yes, the spectrum.
Oh, I didn't know.
Uh-huh. April is Awareness Month. Yes, repeat for me this word that I love. Awareness.
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 Awareness Month of Autism. Okay, so
How to write? How to spell?
I said here on
Aware.
the AWAR
Okay.
awareness, okay? And sometimes, guys, remember that this awareness can be followed by the verb raise. Okay, raise awareness, where it's when you do something that people will understand what you wanna pass, okay? To raise, remember that raise has like this movement, yes? Raise awareness. Good? So let's
Good.
start talking about the first part is going to be about autism. The second part, the discussion is going to be nice. But let's try not to be anxious like the teacher, because I am. Okay, guys. Question one. Lu, ask Paulo, please.
What is autism?
Mm, I think it's like a condition that some people have that um, they, I don't know, they can like interact with the rest of society like we do, and they are really sensitive um, about noise, and mm, they are very methodic
Okay.
sometimes. And well, it's kind of uh, um, when I watch the movie, I have to tell you guys to watch this movie. It's Temple Grinding, I think. It's a really interesting movie about a woman that she won. I think she won once like a prize or something, being one of the most important women for Forbes, and she has autism, and it's about her story. And I learned a lot about it watching this movie and the Atypical, the TV series. That's
I
really
love
nice.
Atypical. Atypical is
Yeah,
an
Atypical.
amazing TV
Yeah,
show. That's true.
yeah,
Have you watched it, guys?
Yes, yes,
Atypical?
No.
yes.
No, Louise, it's pretty good. Pretty good, really.
yes. Temple Grandin. I'm gonna type for you.
Okay.
And the movie is really nice. And yeah, it's about her story, and she was very important for zootechny. I don't know how to say that, for her area of study, because I won't like give you a spoiler,
Okay.
but what how she connected to the cows, and how she was supposed to feel in their shoes.
Mm-hmm.
It changed a little bit how they work with the
Mm-hmm.
cows and everything. It's really interesting. The movie is this one, Temple Grinding.
Temple Grant.
Temple.
Mm,
It's
very
really
good.
nice.
Very good. Thanks for the indication. Then take a screenshot, Paul, and send it on the
Mm-hmm,
group. Otherwise, I'm gonna forget, I think. Luisa,
mm-hmm.
can you ask question two, please, to Lu?
Do you know anyone with autism? Autism?
Yes, Luisa, I had a new one when I had a pousada, a little
Mm.
hotel
Mm-hmm.
I had a guest, a little guest with autism, and I was very impressed
Impressed.
because they have difficult to interact
Yeah.
with people, but in a moment I got to communicate with him with gestures. How can I say
Ah,
gestures?
with gestures.
Gestures, mimic, like a
Mimics.
mimics, and we can did this, and his mother was very emotional because he was never communicate with people outside the family.
Mm-hmm.
It's
They
nice.
have
It was a
those problems, yes.
very
Also,
big, yes,
I think Paulo, you said something about social, yes? They have something to do with social behaviors.
yes,
Yeah.
Yes, they have
yes.
something
Noise and they they have difficulty to interact
to
with
interact.
ambient with
With
ambient
the environment.
environment. Okay.
Very good. Lu, when you said when you say pousada, remember there are two types, yes, of
Yes.
pousadas in English. We have inn, which most of the
In we
times
yes
they are
yes
bigger and they are like in buildings, okay, etc. That's why it's very famous that franchising Holiday Inn, yes.
yeah
But in common, it's very common to say this B&B, bed and
B&B.
breakfast.
Yes,
It
but
makes a lot of sense, yeah.
it was a little different. It's just as a very small hotel
Mm-hmm.
because they have has a restaurant and swimming pool and but
It was a hotel.
yes, but two stars, but with only 12 bed, bedrooms.
Bedrooms?
Only 12. Yes.
Perfect. Good. Lu,
Then I said pousada em português no meio para
it's a good one, yes. It's the
understand.
same meaning.
Understand. Okay.
Yes.
B&B. Okay.
Good. Now Lu asks Luisa, number 3.
Is autism curable?
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 Yes, and remember that the beginning, guys, of these ones follow the
Or
same as the August sound, yes? August,
or
autism.
autism? Is autism curable?
Perfect.
I don't think so. I'm not. It's not something that I've researched before, but I don't think so because it's more something like it's part of the individual. Like
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mhm.
it's not
Exactly.
something that is like, oh, it's not like they are sick of something to be cured of something.
Okay. Very good thought, Luisa. Very good one. Luisa asks Paulo, question 4.
Which skills might be difficult for people with autism?
Definitely social interaction with strangers, and they like if you change some things. I remember a scene of the movie that there was a sign on her door, and someone take it off, and she becomes desperate. So I think it's difficult for them if they don't have like a pattern to follow for some things. So yeah, I think they are very smart, and
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yes. Very, very.
I think that uh, when I started
My cat just jumped. Sorry.
to watch this movie and TV series and talk to a friend that she has a son with autism, I feel sometimes like a connection because it's like a deep introversion. Because I read once a book about the power of the quiet, and it helped me a lot to understand the sides of introversion and extroversion that most of us have the both sides, and during time we only use just one part of it, sometimes the other one, but yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, it's very good one. Social interaction, guys. And maybe communication is inside that
Yeah.
social interaction, yes? It is probably inside that. But that's very good about the patterns. You talked many things, guys, that I was expecting, but remember, nobody said that it is a spectrum.
Spectrum?
It is a spectrum, guys, because many different people with autism, they have many different symptoms. Okay,
Yes.
and the spectrum is something that it goes from here up to here. You have all of these. Nobody has the same type of autism,
Yes.
yes? Good. So let's go to the words. Let me just clean here. Vocabulary preview, guys. Remember to take notes, okay? We have spectrum,
Spectrum.
fixate,
Spectrum? Fixate?
Fixate.
Excel.
Excel.
So
Excel is not the program, okay? Diagnose,
Diagnose.
neurological.
neurological.
Very good. Lu, you are controlling. Lu Damasceno. You are controlling the screen, dear. So, guys, just while you do it, go discuss. I'm gonna grab some more water for me, okay? Go, Lu. You're controlling.
Related to the nervous system.
Neurological.
Neurological. Okay. No, no, it's not. I'm not
Basically.
able to control.
No?
No. I mean, clicking and nothing is
Not
happening.
Not working, dear. Ah, now it's good.
Now?
It's not going, Lu.
No.
If it's not going, let me see if it. Since yesterday, it's not working properly. Paulo, try to do that now. It's not going either.
No.
No.
Click it.
Ah, sorry, dear. Go.
No.
Okay. So it doesn't want to work with you guys. Let me control now. This is
We choose neurological.
neurological. It is.
To determine what illness one has.
Diagnose.
The continuous range of level between two extremes.
Two extremes.
Two extremes.
Spectrum, very good. Look.
Okay. To obsess over something. Fixate.
Fixate.
To be very good at something. Excel. I didn't know Excel was.
It's to be very
expert. To be expert in something.
To be an expert, exactly. More, guys.
I am definitely not Excel in Excel.
I like Excel, but I'm not expert.
We are together. In fact, there is a person who's helped me with like this general planning of MEA because I have no idea how to use Excel. And I asked her to do that because otherwise I can't keep everything on my mind. Can you imagine? All the So can you see?
Yeah.
And
but when you learn, it's so easy and so good to do. I like.
Yes, dear, but I'm terrible. I'm not sure if it's because I have never tried as well. Okay? This text, guys, in fact, it's gonna be pretty easy for your level, okay? But we need to do
Mm-hmm.
because of the theme, okay? Substitute,
Substitute.
Substitute,
assistive,
assistive,
cope,
Cope.
stimulus,
Stimulus.
stimulus,
and external.
External.
Very good.
Who want to, do you want,
To start,
teacher?
hi,
Yes?
yes, any student. Each one reads one.
Luisa, I want to hear your voice.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I need to think a bit.
These ones are kind
The
of
first one coming from the outside, the body, external.
very good.
A change in the environment detected by the body stimulus.
Stimulus,
To deal with difficult situation. I don't know.
cope,
Cope.
the verb cope. Yes, in
Okay.
fact, the translation is more like this. Yes, guys, to
To
deal.
deal with. Yeah.
Good. 4 and 5, you have substitute and assistive.
Use for the purpose of helping. Substitute.
Okay.
No, sorry. Is substitute is the last one, a replacement for something or someone.
Then assistive.
Then assistive is number
4.
Or
4.
4. Wow, all correct. All correct. Very good, guys. Okay. I'm coughing a lot. Guys, now I'm gonna give the play here and I want you to take notes, okay? It's pretty simple, in fact. But first of all, look what I found, guys. My ID card from Canada.
Oh,
I was deeper.
you are looking like Majin Buu. Do you remember Majin Buu?
Yes, I
Dragon
do.
Ball Z,
Dragon Ball Z, yes.
round face.
And no hair. If I was purple,
Sorry, teacher. I'm bullying
guys,
you.
you know who Majin Buu is. I'm gonna even.
I know.
Yes, but totally, Paulo. If I was pinky, in fact, if I was wearing this T-shirt, I would probably be looking more like him in that time. Look at who Majin Buu is.
Cute.
Yes. Okay, guys. So I'm just gonna play once because it's pretty easy. Okay, and then you're gonna do the
5 frequently asked questions, FAQs, about autism. Number 1. What is autism? Autism is a bio-neurological developmental disorder. It often affects a person's ability to communicate and interact with others. Number 2. Who develops autism? Autism is usually diagnosed in children before the age of 3. It is 4 times more common for boys to develop autism than girls. In the US, 1 in 54 children has autism. Number 3. What are the symptoms of autism? Autism is known as a spectrum disorder. This means that the symptoms vary from person to person. For example, 40% of people with autism are nonverbal, while the other 60% speak. Some people with autism might have more trouble interpreting social cues and making eye contact than others. Some might fixate on a particular interest, excel at math, or have photographic memories. Number 4. How do people with autism respond to the world around them? It is common for people with autism to be bothered by external stimuli. Often they stim to cope with their environment. Stimming is repetitive physical movement. For example, a person might wave their hand over their eyes to block light, or they might hit themselves over and over again in order to feel stronger sensations. Number 5. What tools can help people with autism? There is no cure for autism. However, assistive technology can help people with autism communicate and feel secure so that they can progress. The devices they use can be high-tech or low-tech. For instance, a nonverbal person might use an advanced machine that serves as substitute for the human voice. Others who are nonverbal might point to pictures in a binder to express their needs, wants, ideas, and emotions.
Ok?
Autism. Ela fala autism.
Autism. Remember that every word that finishes with M in English, you need to close your mouth and lips, otherwise the sound is not going to be made, okay? Autism.
Autism.
Swim.
Autism.
Yes,
Autism.
swim. All of
Cream.
them. Mm-hmm.
Cream.
Cream. Yes.
Cream.
How do you take your coffee? This is a very common question, yes, guys. Yes, do you remember, Luisa? Luisa, when you leave it there, did you go to what's the name of the most famous coffee?
Starbucks.
No, Starbucks is more in the United States. In Canada is Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons. It's the most famous coffee shop.
I didn't used to like coffee.
Before going there?
Yes, actually, while I was there, I didn't like coffee. I just started drinking coffee at the end of last year.
In the end of last year.
In the end.
Okay, but what did you get, guys, from the listening? Go tell me.
I confess that when sometimes I I lose, I go to another place when people are talking so fast.
Me too. I'm like this with listening.
Yes.
Oh,
A good thing to do is to...
when there's a person that I'm not seeing, when there's a talking, I run. No, when I say I lost.
I lose, in fact.
I lose.
Mhm.
Yes. I might to see the face to pay attention.
Like a person speaking. There, in fact,
Yes.
remember, we discussed about mask wearing, guys. I forgot if it was last week because there were many things. But then there is a lesson also about mask wearing that is related to that, what Lu said. Because it's covered, yes? Okay. But information about the text. Some keywords.
It's like it's a bioneurological disorder.
Okay.
And relates to communicate and interacting too.
Very good. More.
40% them don't talk, but 60% can communicate.
Very good data.
Verbal and unverbal.
Verbal, non-verbal, and verbal.
Okay.
You
What
can
else?
see like the symptoms in children before they are 3 years old. And it's more common in boys than in girls.
Exactly.
The symptoms varies.
Vary.
Vary to each person.
But when you say vary, it's vary from person to person.
From person to person.
Okay. What else?
They have problems with facing interaction eye to eye.
There's a specific thing that they say in the text, yes?
Eye contact.
Eye contact, perfect.
Yeah. And they usually have, like we discussed before, a specific interest, like the boy of Atypical that really likes the
Penguin?
life in the ocean.
Uh-huh.
Penguins, yeah.
Your name. When I met Paulo, I used it to call him Paulo Pinguim. Paulo Penguin.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
yeah, me neither.
I just created this nickname for you, Paulo. Sorry.
Yeah.
What else? Assistive technology, they discuss it too, yes.
Yes,
The end,
it
yeah.
helps to interact with people. Can help.
It can help, yes. This interaction.
Yeah,
Very good.
they are easily bothered by external stimulus, and they sometimes hit themselves just to feel like something that's happening really with them.
Very good. And guys, pay attention. Stimulus, it's the singular, but you're gonna check in the text that the plural is stimuli.
Wow.
Yes? That's kind of strange for us because some words that finish with S, we have the idea that it's the plural. So stimulus is gonna be singular and stimuli the plural.
It's
Okay?
like campus and campi.
Exactly.
Campus and campi.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but Latin. This is Latin,
Yeah.
not English.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know anything about Latin. Okay, so let's go to the transcription now.
Yes.
5 frequently asked questions.
5
Frequently asked questions.
FAQs about autism.
So guys, we have seen this a lot. Yes, you know when you have some problem. Sorry, maybe on our website. Yes, and there is there FAQs. What does FAQ stand for? Frequently
We asked
questions.
Number 1. What is autism?
What is
Autism.
autism? And just remember, guys, that when you're talking about this and what is, if it's more British, they will say what is, and in American, what is.
what is. But in English, we say
What is?
what is.
What is? What is autism? Yes. In fact, let me check something here, guys, quickly, because I think there is the audio in British English too. Let me check, because now they have this option.
Fancy.
Yes. Let's listen.
5 frequently asked questions, FAQs, about autism. Number 1. What is autism?
What is autism? Oh,
Parece que tá com soluço.
Exactly. Okay. Do you know how to say solution in English?
No.
Hiccups. Hiccups.
Hiccups.
Hiccups.
Hiccups.
Hiccups.
I hear English people talking. I have they are breaking like this.
They speak
It's
like
strange.
that. Yes. You have to get used to that, Lou, as you're going.
What is autism?
Okay, let
What
me restart.
is autism?
About autism. Number 1. What is autism? Autism is a bio-neurological developmental disorder.
Autism is a
Bio-neurological disorder.
developmental
Disorder.
It often affects a person's ability to communicate.
It often affects what?
Facts. To communicate.
A person's ability
to communicate.
Interact with others.
To communicate and interact
with others.
Perfect. Read for me, please, Luisa.
Which Me?
Oh, yes. I mean, the frequently and the first one.
Okay, 5 frequently asked questions about autism. What is autism? Autism is a bioneurological developmental disorder. It often affects a person's ability to communicate and interact with others.
Paulo?
5 frequently asked questions about autism. What is autism? Autism is a bioneurological developmental disorder. It often affects a person's ability to communicate and interact with others.
Very good. Remember that sometimes you can also listen to this too, it often.
It often.
Yes?
It often.
Look,
5 frequently asked questions. FAQs about autism.
FAQs.
What FAQs. FAQs about FAQs. Okay, about autism. What is autism? Autism is a bioneurological developmental disorder. It often affects a person's ability to communicate and interact with others.
Very good. Second paragraph, guys.
Number 2. Who develops autism?
Who develops autism?
Who develops autism?
Autism is usually diagnosed in children before the age of 3.
Autism is usually diagnosed in children before 3.
Before?
The age of 3.
Before the
Diagnosed in children before the age of 3. It is 4 times.
Before the age of 3. Who is more likely to have autism, guys? And remember this.
Boys.
More likely and less likely. Remember this. What this means? It's related to probability. Yeah? It's more likely boys to have autism than girls. Okay? So the probability is higher.
Autism. Autism is usually diagnosed in children before the age of 3. It is 4 times more common for boys to develop autism.
It is
Four
times
more
common for boys to develop
autism than girls.
Than girls.
Perfect.
In the U.S.,
In the U.S.,
1 in 54 children has autism.
1 in 4 children has autism. Okay, and guys, pay attention to this. We can say in this case here 1 in 54, but when you're talking about this, it's also common to use a different way of saying, in fact, 1 out of 54. Okay, both ones are correct. 1 in 54, 1 out of 54. Good? Lu, it's your turn.
Who develops autism? Autism is usually diagnosed in children before the age of 3. It is 4 times more common to develop autism than girls. In the US, 1 in 54 children has autism.
Perfect. Paulo?
Or out 4, or
yes, 1 in 54 or 1 out of. Perfect. Luisa?
Me?
Yes.
Who develops autism? Autism is usually diagnosed in children before the age of 3. It is 4 times more common for boys to develop autism than girls. In the US, 1 in 54 children has autism.
Good. 3.
Number 3. What are the symptoms of autism?
What are the symptoms? of
The
autism.
symptom of
Autism.
autism.
Autism is known as a spectrum disorder.
Autism is known as a
Is known as
spectrum disorder.
a spectrum disorder.
This means that the symptoms vary from person to person.
This means
This
that the
symptom-
symptoms varies
Vary from
Vary
person to
from person to
person to person.
person.
For example, 40% of people with autism are
For
For
example,
For example,
30%,
40% of people
with autism
nonverbal,
are
are nonverbal.
while the other 60%
While
While
the
the
others
others
60%.
the other
60%.
sorry yes the other 60%
speak.
Speak.
Some people with autism might have more trouble interpreting social cues.
some people with
People with
autism
might have
Some people with autism might have more trouble interpreting
more
social
trouble.
More
More
trouble.
Interpreting
interpreting social
cues.
cues. And guys, what is this meaning? What is this?
Códigos sociais.
In this meaning, that's correct, Lu. Very good.
And making eye contact than others.
And
And make eye contact
with others.
then others, in fact. Because they are comparing. They are comparing here the different types of autism. Okay?
Some might fixate on a particular interest.
Some might fixate
Fixate in
on
a particular interest. And guys, do you also know that this word here, interest, can be used as juros?
Yeah.
No.
That's why the no. Juros.
Juros, it's interesting. Interesting, yes, that interesting means juros.
Excel at math.
Excel at math.
Or have photographic memories.
Or have
photographic
memory.
Photographic memory.
Perfect. Read for me, Paulo.
What are symptoms of autism? Autism is known as a spectrum disorder. This means that the symptoms vary from person to person. For example, 40% of people with autism are nonverbal, while the other 60 speak. Some people with autism might have more trouble interpreting social cues and making eye contact than others. Some might fixate on a particular interest, excel at math, or have photographic memories.
Lu?
What are the symptoms of autism? Autism is known as a spectrum disorder.
Okay,
this means that
is known. Remember that there is an NN, okay? It's past participle. Is known as a spectrum disorder. This means that the symptoms vary from person to person. For example, 40% of people with autism are nonverbal, while the other 60 speak. Some people with autism might have more trouble interpreting social cues in making eye contact than others. Some might fixate on a particular interest, excel at math, or have photographic memories. Very good. In fact, I'm not sure, but I think women generally have more photographic memory than men. Yes, or am I being sexist?
I don't know.
because most of the women that I know, I remember you were wearing that t-shirt and that jeans with that shoes and that. How can you remember that? I don't even remember what I had for breakfast.
I
I
think
don't know.
That's very spot.
there is a sentence who says men has eyes and women has ears.
Ah, okay.
We are good to recorder with what people says to us,
What
and
you say?
men are like to see the
The what?
something like this.
Okay. Like you mean maybe the shape, or is it something else? I was confused in the end.
Wait a minute. Deixa. Ok. Todos. Tava assim a janela aqui.
Ah, okay.
It's like do you know people who learn more what they see, some learn more
Yes.
what they hear, and what they feel, and then it's the most part of the men refer to see,
Ah, I see. I got it.
and we that's why it's easy to take us in a conversation, because we like to hear to
Uh-huh.
and of course we memorize more things that we hear than we see.
Good. That's a good explanation. I loved it. Lisa, have you read it? I forgot. Can you see? I don't
No.
even. My memory is terrible. People say that COVID affects. Yes. I'm not sure if I had COVID, but
Yes,
No.
good
but
deal.
I think no.
I think what Louis was saying here.
I think today we have a lot a very big a lot informations
Uh-huh.
in few
Yes.
time, and then we are getting as difficult to memorize everything, because it's a very big quantity
A very big amount, maybe in this in
amount,
this, in this mini
very big amount,
of
and
information. I totally agree
break
with
up.
you, dear. I'm not sure who asked me something about MEA and like, do you prepare your classes? And I, not anymore. I have taught almost all of the lessons, and I know I don't prepare because I have been teaching for forever. You know, for example, I was teaching this class this week, so I had to prepare it just for one class. Yes, and
Yeah.
it's so
Yes.
good, guys, because I love the concept of what a class is, because we think that it's only, but when we are studying letras, they have it's like an interaction between teacher, content, and student. There are three parts involved in a class, and it's pretty nice. I want to finish my degree, but I don't have time.
Yeah.
I'll
Help
do
me,
this.
Paulo.
I wish I could.
Yeah, Luisa.
Number 3.
Yes,
Okay. What is the symptoms of autism?
the plural. What are?
Autism symptoms?
Yes, but you said what is in fact of what are?
What are the symptoms of autism? Autism is known as a spectrum disorder. This means that the symptoms vary from person
Very.
to person. Vary from person to person. For example, 30% of people with autism are nonverbal, while the other 60% speak. Some people with autism might have some more trouble
Interpreting.
interrupting social cues and making eye contact with than others. Some might fixate on a particular interest, excel at math, or have photographic memories.
Very good, guys. There is something else that I want to talk to you about. That it's the use of I'm good or I'm bad, I'm excellent, I'm not very good, okay? When we are using these types of adjectives, the preposition, the correct preposition, it's going to be at, okay? I'm good at, and if you are using a verb, the next verb mandatorily has to come with ing. I'm bad or I'm good at teaching English, for example. And you guys, what are you good and bad at? I'm very good at not voting in Bolsonaro.
I excel
You
at not
excel.
voting in Bolsonaro.
I need to do the título
Please,
before
please,
it ends
please,
the
voting hard.
prize.
Yes, please do it. We can't stand Bolsonaro anymore, that demo.
I'm very afraid about this.
Me too, Lu. If I think if he wins, I will not live here anymore in Brazil. I don't have any conditions.
I'm afraid of not living more. in this place.
At all.
It's true. Good
It's
point.
probably gonna kill us all.
It's good point.
Guys, there is a joke I saw on Twitter. It said like this: I thought Bolsonaro wanted to kill gay people, lesbians, and etc. And the person answers, "No, he wanted to kill everybody, not only."
Yes. People finally discovered what is fascism.
Yes, exactly.
That's it.
Oh my god,
I'm
so tired of
I
this.
hate him.
Uh-huh,
I'm very
me too.
sick about
Mhm.
Me too.
Number 4. How do people with autism
I hope he doesn't watch this class on YouTube. Or maybe he should watch. Just
Yeah.
people with autism respond to the world around them?
good. What is the question, guys?
How do people with autism respond to the
Word
environment?
to the world around them.
Ah,
It is common for people with autism
It
it is
is
common to people with autism
to be bothered by external stimuli.
to be
bothered
bothered by external
stimuli.
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 Okay, guys, do you remember that this verb bother, yes?
bother.
Yes.
Incomodar. That's why some brothers bother. I always like to say this joke, okay? Most of the brothers bother you. Brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Often they stim to cope with their environment.
Often they steam, and they're going to give the definition of steam, okay, guys? To cope with
Stimming
their environment.
is repetitive physical movement.
Steaming
Repetitive
is
physical movement.
Repetitive.
For example,
repetitive physical
Physical movement.
movement. Perfect.
stimming is repetitive physical movement. For example, a
For example,
person might wave their hand over their eyes to block light.
a person
Might wave their hand
might wave their hand over
the sun
their eyes to what?
to block the sunlight.
For example, a person might wave their hand over their eyes to block light.
To
Block.
block.
Like,
Or they might hit themselves over and over again.
Or they
hit
might
themselves.
hit themselves
Over and over again.
Over and over again.
In order to feel stronger sensations.
In order
In
to
order
feel
to
stronger
feel-
sensations.
Strongest sense.
sensations. And guys, pay attention to this. Remember that during this text, they have been using a lot of might. Yes, might has the same meaning of can, but it is a little bit more formal. And remember that when you're talking about might, the possibility of happening is lower. Okay, we have three levels. We can use might, which is the lowest one. We have may, which is the second one. And we have will, that it's when you are sure of something. Okay, so will is the strongest.
Okay.
May, it's in the middle. And might, it's the less strongest. Okay?
Might, may, and will.
Will, yes.
Might, may, and will.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Starting by Maria Luisa, who was the last one last time.
How do people with autism respond to the world around them? It is common for people with autism to be bothered by external stimuli. Often they seem to cope with their environment. Stimming is a repetitive physical movement. For example, a person might wave their hand over their eyes to block light, or they might hit themselves over and over again in order to feel stronger sensations.
Very good. Lu.
How do people with autism respond to the world around them? It's common for people with autism to be bothered by external stimuli. Often they seem to cope with their environment. Stims is repetitive physical movement. For example,
movement.
Stims is repetitive physical movement. For example, a person might wave their hand over their eyes to block light, or they might hit themselves over and over again in order to feel stronger sensations.
Very good reading, Lu. Paulo?
How do people with autism respond to the world around them? It is common for people with autism to be bothered by external stimuli. Stimuli. Often they stim to cope with their environment. Stimming is repetitive physical movement. For example, a person might wave their hand over their eyes to block light, or they might hit themselves over and over again in order to feel stronger sensations.
Very good reading, guys. That's why you're going to Math 10. Very good. Oh my. Let me see what happened here. Next one. Okay, there are more 5.
Number 5. What tools can help people with autism?
What tools can help people with autism?
What tools can help people? I'm not seeing here.
With
People with autism. Let me organize.
There is no cure for autism.
there is no cure
There is no cure for autism.
for autism.
However, assistive technology
However,
assistive technology
can help people with autism communicate
can help people with
Autism
autism to communicate
and feel secure
and feel secure
so that they can progress.
So that they can
make
progress.
The devices they use can be high-tech or low-tech.
the
The
devices
devices
they
can be
use
high-tech or low-tech.
can be high-tech or
Low-tech.
For instance, a nonverbal
For instance,
and remember, guys, this for instance, it's very fancy.
Mhm.
Meaning, if you were right, it's in the same meaning as when you're going to give an example. For instance, or for example.
person might use an advanced
Sorry. I just return a little bit, guys.
progress. The devices they use can be high-tech or low-tech. For instance, a nonverbal person
A
Non-verbal person
might use an advanced
might use
might use
And
Advanced
Advanced what?
Machine that
um,
serves as
machine.
That serves
a substitute for the human voice.
substitute
A substitute for the human voice.
substitute for
For
The
a
human
human voice.
human.
Voice.
Human, yes? Human voice.
Others who are nonverbal
or
Others who are nonverbal
might point to pictures in a binder.
I point.
might point at pictures in a binder
Pictures in a binder.
What is a
Express
binder?
their needs.
Oh, the same question.
Yeah.
What bind is? Bind means like fichário.
Sorry?
I have one here.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
So there.
wait. Let me see.
oh, I didn't know that. I am the
Uh-huh.
new generation. I'm Z generation. I'm
You're
not a
Z
millennial.
I
generation.
lost. Okay. I see.
Okay. That's a
Oh,
binder.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
do
Binder.
people still use it?
Uh-huh. The new generation is using it again.
Yeah.
I
I
use a
used to
plan.
have
I use a
Sunny,
plan.
Bad Boy.
Uh-huh. I have some. In fact, I have a notebook here too, where I take notes of the class.
Oh.
But recently, I'm using this too.
Mm.
So good.
Mine like this.
A planner. Very, very
Yes.
good.
Wants, ideas, and others who are nonverbal might point to pictures in a binder to express their needs.
To express their
That's
needs.
their needs.
Wants, ideas,
Wants,
Wants.
ideas,
Yes.
and emotions.
And emotions.
emotions.
And emotions. Perfect. I love this accent. Let's go, Luisa.
What tools can help people with autism? There is no cure for autism. However, assistive technology can help people with autism to communicate and feel secure so that they can progress.
Very good. Just remember the G sound in technology.
Technology.
We tend, guys, sometimes to say G. Yes, but it's G. Technology.
Wait. The devices they use can be high-tech or low-tech. For instance, a non-verbal person might use an advanced machine that serves as substitute for the human voice. Others who are non-verbal might point to pictures in a binder to express their needs, wants, ideas, and emotions.
Good? Paulo?
Good.
Very good.
Very good.
What tools can help people with autism? There is no cure for autism. However, assistive technology can help people with autism to communicate and feel secure so that they can progress. The devices they use can be high-tech or low-tech. For instance, a non-verbal person might use an advanced machine that serves as substitute for human voice. Others who are non-verbal might point to pictures in a binder to express their needs, wants, ideas, and emotions.
Perfect. Lu?
What tools can help people with autism? There is no cure for autism. However, assistive technology can help people with autism to communicate and feel secure so that they can progress. The devices they use can be high-tech or low-tech. For instance, a non-verbal person might use an advanced machine that serves as substitute for the human voice. Others who are non-verbal might point to pictures in a binder to express their needs, wants, ideas, and emotions.
Very good one. I love, guys, when we have this type of lessons. What we just did right now, it's what we call transcription, yes? Sometimes I pass as a homework, as I assign.
Sorry.
Don't worry, dear. Sometimes I assign
Hello.
this homework, okay? These ones. But let's go to the break.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay.
I passed it a little bit, I know, guys, but I got carried away when I'm teaching.
Eu tive que atender porque eu estou esperando minha feira, que vai chegar. Aí eles
Very
marcaram
good.
para chegar antes das 11 e disseram que estava atrasada. Aí eu
My groceries.
grocery,
I
my grocery.
love this vocabulary.
Yes.
Groceries. Okay? So, guys,
Okay.
just to explain to you the verb that I just used now, get carried away with something. What is this meaning, to get carried away? To get excited, okay, about
Yes.
something, so you keep talking and talking. That's what happens to me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
To me too.
See you in 10 minutes, all right? And
Okay.
we
All
finish
right.
this lesson. Oh, in fact, there are some things there to discuss, as well as I'm gonna show you some homework, okay? And then we go to the next lesson, okay? See you in
Okay. Thank you so much, and sorry for the
No, no
call.
problem.